When we talk about Gethsemane, and when we talk about what we are producing here, we have to remember that we are now exactly on the season when we are going to the trees, to the olive tree, to put under blankets, or to shake the tree, or to beat, it doesn't matter how, they're all falling down, and we take them, we bring them to the press. This machine, this is the first press. It's made from what we call lime dolomite stone. Very heavy, very strong. And here we throw all our olives, and then or by donkey or by human being, we start to roll this upper stone, rolling stone, not the music, rolling stone around, and we press and we crushing our olives. Yes? That's what we do here. Now, you have to understand, we don't move this machine from place to place with a donkey. This is 4.5 tons. Which means I need to find a good place in the area, rocky one, to have a real good, we can say engineers, and even better than that, to start to produce this machine. And that's what we have here. Now we talk about whom? About Jews who came out of Egypt, slaves, never saw something like that in their life. So who is going to teach them? For that we have in Joshua, we have some little secret there. You remember there was a nation among the Canaanites. They called the Gibeonites. And these Gibeonites, they understood what's going on. They put other dress and they came to Joshua. We came from far away. They tell some stories. Joshua didn't check. And then after he made the agreement, he noticed that they deceived him. Now it's too late.
Yeah.
And you must keep your agreement. So the Gibeonites became like slaves of the Jews.
Yeah.
Now what does it mean, slaves? They are going to teach the Israelis how to deal with this country, how to work in the vineyard, how to build a vineyard, how to start to work in the wine press. What does it mean agricultural? What does it mean to build a building from stone? Ask yourselves today, how many of you know, if you have stone, how to build a house from stone? You have to know it, even in our days. Which means you need people who knows and who really understand to work with stones. They came from Egypt. They never saw stones in Egypt. They have to, you know what was their duty there? To start to build, figure, and to figure, to dry the mud and to make some kind of a block, as we say, yes? To build with that. It was totally different. And now they have nature stone. Someone have to teach them. Okay, this is the first machine. We throw here all the olives, we crush the olives, then we take this basket made from palm tree, date tree, and then we put here all the crushing olives, and now we come to the second machine. This second machine, this is the high-tech of the second temple. This is the most important machine. Half automatic, the best one in the world in those days, and people came all over to see how it's work. So what we see here? We have here a long board, 6 meters. Under we have what we call weight stones. Every stone is about 350 kilo. Together, they're all ancient, more than 2,000 years. Together, we have 1 ton. Now, they connected to the main board 3 wooden rolling wood. We can roll and connecting with a rope. Now, what we do, we just roll it, and then we take the rope and we put it inside the stone. And now we take another stick and put from the side to hold it. Here we have 2 holes. We put another stick, and then by rolling this wood, what we do, we make like this. Then we lift it up. The stone will go up. It's exactly when you have a car and there is a puncture in the wheel, and you take the jack and you put it under, and what you make, the car goes up. The same system is here. Now, they know the physical law. Okay, I know I have here 3 stones. I take all my baskets to the point of the 4 meter. This is 6 meter, here is the point of the 4 meter. I take the baskets, put one above the other. Then, I'm going to lift my stone. We say 3 stones together, 1 ton. It's not enough. They know the physical law. If I double the space, I double the power. Which means here I'm going to have 2-ton press. And this is the optimum for the oil to go down. That's how we get the olive oil. Now, as a farmer, what I'm doing, I'm just going to lift the stone and go home, take some meal, rest a little bit, come after some hours, what will happen? The stone will be down. And all the oil goes down here to the pit. That's why it's half automatic. Then we take this olive oil, and this olive oil, this is the best olive oil they produce in those days, and even in our days. You cannot get better than this. The best olive oil in the world. Now we ask ourselves, why they need this olive oil? What is the importance of this olive oil? And we see from the Bible that God says to the Jews, I bring you to the most beautiful country in the world, and to the most blessed country. Blessed means I blessed it in the 7 fruits of the Bible. One of them is the olive tree. Now, what does it mean, olive tree? You can imagine they came from Jordan. They started around Jordan, the city of Jericho. What is the tree they found out? I believe the first tree they saw was the date tree. So they pick the date tree. Oh, it's so sweet. Then they go to the fig tree. They pick and they say, oh, it's so sweet. They start to climb. They came to the grapes. They are so sweet. Then they came to the olive. They put in the mouth. They are so sweet, so bitter. And they ask, why we need this tree? This is one of the 7 fruits of the Bible. This is the most important tree in Israel. Remember, in those days and even nowadays, we can say this is the mother of all the trees. The most important one. Why? Because from this tree we get the olive oil. The olive oil means electricity, light. All the ancient world, they need olive oil, everyone at home. Because that's what you give you light at home. For 4,000 years, all the ancient world needs the olive oil. Where to get it? Now, we look at the Middle East. We have Israel. In Egypt, it's not impossible to grow olive oil. Not in Saudi Arabia. Not in the east side of Jordan, it's all the desert Arab desert. The same with Syria. In Lebanon, we can grow, but there is 2 high mountains. There is no fruits. That's what happened to us here on the mountains, that we try to grow dates, but we never get dates, because it's too cold. So that's what happened to them. So the only country, it's Israel. And that's what we see in the Bible. We had in the time of David, minister for olive oil. Because this is one of the important treasures of Israel. And Solomon, the most highest man in those days, he wants to build in Jerusalem the temple. He needs what? The cedar. Now, we don't have cedar in Israel. So where we find them? In Lebanon. So he make trade with Hiram, the king of Zoar. He sell to him olive oil, wine, and wheat, the treasure of Israel. 3 of the 7 fruits of the Bible. And what he buy? The cedar. So we see this was so important in Israel. So when we talk about olive oil, now we come to one of the most important things in Israel. We know in the time of Samuel, he was high priest, and then in his time his 2 sons didn't behave so well, and the people saw it, and they came to Samuel and said, we want king like all the others. He said, you have a king in heaven. No, we want someone to see, to talk. Okay, how are we going to give them a king? So God said, okay, we're going to give them a king. And then there was a man, Saul, and he went to search for his donkeys, and he came to Samuel,